Good morning, everyone. So I've been asked a few times if I would give a little bit of information about how it is that I use my juicer. So I'm traveling today, so I'm going to try to do this in a single shot without having to make too many adjustments. A couple of important things about juicing and some of the questions that people have that are really relevant, they're really important, but really maybe not as important as the whole concept of juicing. One of the things that's really important about juicing is that yes, these vegetables and things that you're eating have a lot of fiber content in them, and there's a real need for you to have fiber in your diet in order for you to be able to properly digest your food, control your blood sugar, to give you some regularity, help you clean toxins and waste from your system. But one of the really important things about juicing is that you're really trying to do this in order to get at the phytonutrients, that is, all of the micronutrients in each of these foods that we eat. And one of the things that juicing allows you to do is it allows you to get at, tons of phytonutrients in a very short and very fast way. If you wanted to get more fiber out of your diet, you could actually go in and use what we're going to have left over from the juicing. You can use that to add it to your food, maybe use it for composting, whatever it is that you want to do. But I think that the most important part of what this does is it allows you to get 3 to 5 times more vegetables in at a serving than you would probably normally have from day to day. And some people say, well, hey, isn't it really expensive to juice? Well, it's not just that it's not just about the cost of juicing, because it really isn't that expensive, to be honest with you. But one of the things that is important is that anything that you do costs something. I mean, whether it's going to be you're having juice or you're going to have heart surgery, 15, 20 years from now. I can't afford to do juice today, but I can afford to pay the $150,000 that it costs for my cardiac surgery. I don't know. It's just a strange question. We all may have give and take, but this really isn't that expensive. It's not really one of those things where you really have to make a big concession. You're not going to be paying out a car payment. You don't have to go organic. If you can go organic, that's nice. If you can't, it's more important that you pick the best kinds of food. Things that have, make sure that you properly wash your food, make sure that you're cleaning it so that you get all the pesticides and residual waste and particulate matter off of the vegetables that you're going to be eating. You don't want to feed yourself that stuff. And more than that, like I said, if you go out and pick the healthiest kinds of vegetables and fruits, then you really don't have to worry too much about whether or not you're getting what you need out of it. The organics are nice, but there are lots of vegetables growing out there. Some things that I would probably stay away from if you're going to be juicing are things like iceberg lettuce, which has a lot of pesticide in it and residually probably can't be cleaned. But let's get right down to it, and I'm going to show you some of the things that I've got here. So this is kind of like my salsa blend of juice. Again, we're doing this in a single take, so I'm going to try to get this done for you pretty quickly, but I'm going to go over it with you real quick. So some of my key ingredients: lemon, lots of vitamin C in there. Jalapenos, you don't have to spice yours up, but you might if you want to. The jalapeno is curious enough, it has more vitamin C in it than 4 or 5 oranges, so that's kind of nice. I'm using vine ripened tomatoes today, cilantro. I have a pre-washed set of baby kale, spinach, and some other lettuces here that I just wanted to use for this particular juice since I didn't have a lot of room. And then of course I have spinach, which is one of my favorites to use for any type of a juice. I prefer green juices, which they call power juices or immune juices. Those are the guys that keep you fit and healthy. They're the guys that really have contributed to the most amount of fat loss that I've had. I've lost about 33 pounds to date. And then of course cucumbers. And if you wanted something like, I'm using sea salt today, but in actuality I don't usually tell people to put salt in their food. What I would normally tell people to do is to use a little bit of celery, because celery has a natural salt to it and it tastes fantastic. In this particular case I'm going to add this at the end to give my juice a little bit of extra flavor. But I'm a big fan of salsa flavored juices. A real quick note on a couple of things with your juicer. So this particular one here is a Breville, which I would recommend. I like Breville's. There are some really great ones out there, Omegas. The only reason that I picked this particular, or some of the reasons that I picked this particular juicer, one, it's got a large volume flask, so it holds quite a bit of juice at one time. This one has a 2-speed unit, which means it has a lower RPM for some of the softer vegetables, and has a higher RPM for some things that are a little bit more difficult to get in there. This one has, you can tell from the actual chute top that this has a pretty wide mouth, so that you can actually drop in an entire article of fruit or vegetable. Of course, there's some little prep things we're going to do along the way that you're going to see how we treat these vegetables so that you can get them into the actual juicer. Basically, they're broken down. It's broken down into a couple different components. The feed chute, which basically all the food goes down into. Then this actual is the extractor. So the extractor has an inner tray. This is the filtering portion, which has a rotary blade. This is more like a cheese grater. So what this will do is, as this spins at high velocity, the vegetable actually makes contact with it, and then it cuts it down into little pieces. And that's what the whole process of juicing really is. It's about breaking down the actual fibrinous body of the vegetable to give you a juice down here. As it spins, the juice is filtered off and pushed into this container here. And then on this side, the actual fibrinous parts, the body and the cellulose of the vegetables and stuff, are ejected into this tray. So these are very easy to clean, by the way. Very simple components, maybe 3 or 4 parts, not including the actual pitcher and maybe the ejector. Now, one of the things you'll notice here, this is the actual can that captures all the fiber. You'll notice there's a little bag in here. What I do is I use the vegetable bags, or I can use I can use a vegetable bag or the actual bags from your garbage to actually go ahead and capture all of that, so it makes for easier cleanup. So let's get right down to it. I'm going to show you this real quick. Get out of your hair, let you get on with your day. The order that I do things is, probably a little bit weird, probably a little bit anal or OCD. Yeah, he said anal on a video. But I do them this way because I know that the juice extractor has to be cleaned at the end. So I like to leave as little stuff in there to mess around with my juicing as possible. I'm going to do some things with the vegetables to prep them. So like my cucumbers, I usually cut the ends off of them. And yes, we're going to use an entire cucumber in this juice. A little loud. One of the other things I forgot to mention is that because of the 2-speed set, these guys are really, really fast. A lot of juice rendered, fiber drops off the side here. Makes a big difference in that this juice, for example, the Omegas go a lot slower. They're what they call a masticating juicer. They don't have a rotary blade like this. They have like an auger, which is a little mechanism that spins and turns and actually just grinds the juice right out of it. It renders a very, very good quality juice. It's a lot slower, and if you'll see here, I caught a piece of this. It was actually sliced down by the juicer, so the juice is ejected out here, and if we look down at the bottom here, you can see how the fiber collects here. Now, you don't have to clean this out like this. It'll go all the way to the end without it, but basically all the fibrinous portion of the vegetable is caught right here. So I'm going to put this back down, lock this back up. These units have a safety feature that will not allow these things to operate as long as this thing is unlocked. So that's how that's going to go. This is one of my favorites, spinach. Like I said before, leafy green. I like them green. I rinse everything out so I don't have to deal with that. I also cut the stems off because I'm really not interested in the stem. The stems aren't important to me. The leafy portion of the spinach is really what has all the things that I want in it and need. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I usually just take a bunch. I use a lot of spinach because I like spinach as a leafy green. I don't really like lettuce. I like romaines, but we'll just take that, stuff that down in there. And you can go higher if you want to. Using a little bit of lemon here. I'm cutting off the rind so I don't have to deal with that, which will make for a nice juice. Make sure that your countertops and everything are clean when you're doing this. You don't want to cross-contaminate your food with stuff off your counter. There are things like E. coli out there and a lot of other stuff that give you a mean stomach ache, so make sure that you take care of that. So I'm going to put some lemon in. Of course, we'll put in some jalapeno. You can actually smell it whenever it comes in like that. Like mine a little extra spicy. Gotta stay away from that colorectal cancer. A little more spinach. Cilantro. Again, I'm cutting off the base, the stems of these things. And I'm going to use a little bit more than I normally do today because, well, I don't want to have to travel with any of this stuff, so I'm just going to go ahead and dump as much of this as I can. One of the interesting things about cilantro is great for helping you to clear heavy metal and toxins from your small bowel. At least that's what they tell me in nutritional circles and what I've read. I just like cilantro because it makes it more of that salsa taste, which I really like. That makes it easier for me to get down with that and enjoy it. So I use cilantro quite a bit. Parsley is very important. Parsley helps clean your blood, helps your liver. You can add all kinds of things like ginger, apples and fruits to sweeten things up if that's what you're into. On my side, like I said, I enjoy a certain style or taste of juice, so I don't usually compromise that very much. Baby kale in general, I really like. You don't have to get baby kale or any of this stuff. It just happens to be very convenient today. So I'm going to grab some of this guy, and again, you just grab it by the bunch. And we're making a lot of juice this morning, so this will hold me through most of my morning and a good part of my day. I'm going to take a tomato. And I just put the entire tomato in there whole. You can. Stick that bad boy in there. This stuff will keep for a few hours in the fridge. The reason you don't want to let this stuff linger is it really doesn't do anything for the nutrients in there, because now the plant has been broken down. The nutrients in there probably will not stay stable for long, so it's pretty important that you use this juice probably within a day or two. Put it in your refrigerator, keep it cold, put it on ice. You can travel with it like you can in a container, but make sure that once you've gotten past a certain point, this is a raw food, so it's potentially dangerous for you to keep it out. It will spoil, so don't leave it out there. Don't leave it out there in the heat for it to get bad or to develop or grow bacteria. And then probably here to flavor and to rinse the container out. I'm going to go ahead and put another cucumber in. And it's starting to get pretty full in there. What I like to do is, the actual pitcher itself has a top lid section like this. These guys drip a little bit, so what I'll do is I'll just, I don't like to make a mess, so I'm going to capture that, putting that down. And some of this stuff here in the little waste can. Nice cilantro. And you can always add a little bit more lemon if you want to. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Now this particular, one of the things that's interesting about juicing is that you will get a little bit of fiber. See, the thing is, they talk about the fiber out of the juice. Now this is a very bright green color, which is really great. It's really good for you. The fiber that's left in here and could cause a little texture issue. You can take that off with a spoon, but most of the people complain that you know, there's no fiber in here. But there's probably about 10%, maybe 15 to 20% of the fiber that you just put in this container here is in this juice still. So you're still going to get some. And if you're a little bit sensitive to fiber, you may find yourself having to, you know, make a trot to the bathroom. Just you know, that's just a byproduct of having to do what you're going to do. But this one is really great consistency. It's really not very fibrous, this one. I've been doing this for a little bit, maybe about a few months. I have very limited stuff to work with, but you'll see very nice consistency, really pretty juice. I don't have anybody that I have to share with, so this is great. What I'm probably going to do is add a little bit more lemon to it. I'm a big lemon fan. Like the vitamin C. You can keep adding for flavor and taste. I hope that you guys enjoyed my little video here. It's my very first one like this. Certainly am here to answer any questions you might have. Friend me, like my video. I'm not a Wolfgang Puck, so I can't tell you anything about that. I'll tell you a lot about juicing and how it's affected me in my life. A lot of my friends are getting into juicing now. A lot of benefits to it. Probably more benefits than we can probably put into a single video here. One thing I will tell you that I will leave you with is that juicing is like every other thing in your life. It's important for you to make little changes to enhance the quality of your life. When you're adding something new to your life, it's important to add that thing a little bit at a time. Don't try to make really huge changes. Sometimes those changes don't go over well because you're not prepared for them. Every change comes with a little bit of you know, a byproduct or a consequence or whatever you might want to call it. So we want to make sure that we can sustain this new change for your benefit and your health. So make little changes. Add, don't subtract. Add little things to your diet every day, or add a little bit to your food every day. That'll help you to keep it in your life and help you keep going the direction that you want to go. One little step at a time. These things will be super beneficial for you. There's no really quantifying you know, what this is going to do for you. Like, you can't say it's going to add, you know, a million years on the end of your life. The real fact of the matter is that we really don't have any kind of choice in that part of the equation. But what it does do is these juices can help you to alleviate some kinds of chronic diseases, help you lose some weight, help you feel better about yourself. I get a buzz off of drinking my juice, but what I would leave you with is when you do this thing every day, you're enhancing the quality of your life, and that's probably more important than actually the number of days, because you know, anything can happen. But if you get to improve the quality of your life from day to day, chances are that you're going to actually get to live a better quality of life with your kids, with your family, with your friends, enjoying things. whatever that might be. This is a very, very simple video. I appreciate you giving me your time. I hope this helps you, and I hope it helps the people out there who've been asking me questions about it. Certainly enjoy doing it for you. I'll do more if you ask me for more. Look forward to talking to you later. Also, I have some juice recipes that are available to you if you need them, if you need some other varieties of things to do. Look forward to talking to you later. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch my video.